Hi there. Watches the high road as the cars roll around in the wash. They're facing fear and anguish. People feel there is no hope. Lower bridge is lost, my friend. Look up and between the road. When you do a sandstone, you can see her fight through the harbor. With look at her side, she doesn't look back, but guessing you will live again. Cause I harbor day and night, when the wind won't test those fishing boats as they feel the briny might. The river slows its pace now and reveals the damage done. No lives have been sacrificed, only bricks and mortar are gone. Times will come and storms will go, and the skies are pain to see. But this quiet and peaceful village just keeps amazing me. Just let this one event wash away the cobwebs of men. Close your eyes, sleep well tonight, but guessing you will live again. Seeing her fight through the harbor, with look at her side, she doesn't look back, but guessing you will live again. Big great punching through a sandstone, you can see her fight through the harbor. With look at her side, she doesn't look back, but guessing you will live again. Hi. Right then, where's my stuff? No, wrong button. No. There we go. Let's do that, and then do that. Cool. Hi. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching, listening, hearing, smelling from. My name is JP. Welcome to Jump On Music UK. This is the midweek live loop, where it wouldn't be the same unless I had a camera that was moving around. There we go. So, first of all, I hope you can hear me. I hope it's all good. I've been messing around with a couple of different sounds. And for those who are familiar with the show, then you'll know there's a couple of things going on. First of all, I have changed over from the TC Helicon Voice Live Player Acoustic, RIP, by the way, to the VE500, which is obviously right here. What is going on with this camera? Let me just... I'm just adjusting a camera. Hang on a second. That one. And then that one, I think. Let's see if it does it. So you need to go that way. There we go. All right, hold that down. There we go. That's better. So I'm moving over to that, and of course I'm playing around with this. Love this song. I am so happy that you do. Thank you very much. And yeah, just moving over to a slightly different system as well. Using the OBS bot tail airs that I showed in a couple of different shows. So we've got this look. The camera's all the way over there. Hi. And then we've got the look that's above now. We've got a show look, which is this wonderful look here. That one. Which is quite cool, and then we've got obviously the one which is the camera showcasing the pedal board. So a couple of things before we get going properly, because we've got a couple of things to talk about. The first thing, of course, is this live stream is sponsored. It's sponsored by our friends over at DistroKid. That's what's just above my head here. But it's also that QR code. DistroKid is a music distribution company. So if you're making music and you're putting it out there, if you're part of the Pete Johns Song Timber and you want to get basically music out there, then scan this QR code. You can basically get your music out to Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Pandora, Deezer, Tidal, iHeartRadio. There's loads of others as well. And basically, DistroKid charge you one price per year, which is a subscription, which is $22.99. And with the link in the description box and also these QR codes, you get 7% off your first annual membership. Thank you very much to DistroKid for sponsoring this live stream. Now, let's go back to the other look. Is that better? A bit more. You can see a bit of everything then, can't you? And then also, the other thing as well is if you want to learn how to do this, which is looping, you want to learn how to loop, I have a course which we have just dropped down to just £48 now. It is the same course. It is the full course. It used to be $199 when it first started, and then we dropped it down just to 48 British pounds. It's about $60 in the US, 61, someone told me. You can let me know if that's right or wrong. Basically, we're now trying to obviously get that out to as many people as possible and make it as affordable as possible as well. So just £48, and then that way you get basically access to the full How to Loop Like a Pro course, taking you from the very, very beginning to some really advanced setups. Now, there we go. Cool. So I'm just going to get rid of that now. Thank you very much for obviously to everyone who's already bought the course. There's been quite a few people buying the course since it's dropped down, which is great. And that's what we want. What does this look like? Let's do that. There we go. That's okay. So a couple of things to tell you. As I say, first of all, I'm using the OBS bot tail air. It's at a slight angle at the moment, and I don't know if it's trying to track me or not, because do you see the way the lights are a little bit like that? It's because it's slightly off to one side, and then it's focused on me. Don't do what I think you're going to do. See, I put my hand up. I need to stop that from happening. Yeah, it's going to start moving now. But I need to stop that from happening when I do this. There's so many features this thing can do, and they're so good that basically, when you start using them, they start moving around and stuff. So let's stop camera number 2. Camera 2, will you stop doing what you're doing? Thanks. Lovely. So I'm using these guys now basically because, to be honest with you, this is kind of the best setup, really. You just plug them in, and then you can turn them into UVC cameras. What that basically means is it's a webcam. It's a high-quality webcam, but you can control it. You can move it around because it follows you and stuff, which is really cool. And that's the first thing. The second thing as well, for those who are avid, long-term watchers of this live stream, you will also notice as well, potentially, let me just get rid of one or two cameras for a second, and we'll just go down to one camera. We'll go down to this camera. There we go. No, wrong camera. It doesn't matter. There we go. Let's go to this. So you'll notice that now we have fully moved over to the Mackie Showbox. So we've got little Mackie Showbox breakaway mixer on here. And the reason for that is a couple of reasons. One, it's USB-C straight in, done, which is so easy. And then the other thing as well is if I want to, which I'm not right now, but if I want to, I've banged an SD card in the back of it. I can just hit record. I can just record the entire show in its full glory with this really weird echo. But yeah, there we go. There's a tiny little bit of feedback, but it's okay. It's just because we're in this room and it's giving it a bit of bounce back. But there we go. So yeah, a couple of things, obviously, as I say. So we're now moving over to these systems. It is more complicated slightly for me, but it also means that I can mess around with stuff, which is fun. And that's what you want, right? You just want to be able to mess around with all this stuff. Now, the core thing that I want to talk to you about, really, is the VE500. Now, I've moved over to the VE500, and for the past couple of, weeks, I've been dialing in the sounds that I want on the VE500. Now, I don't use the VE500 other than when I use the TC Helicon. I used it basically where it had the body res, which I'm kind of missing a little bit. And it's mainly for vocals. Obviously, it's a through, really. It's there to pick up, obviously, the guitar and everything else. People have been very, very, very kind and very generous to me, and have basically, people have even emailed me privately and said, "Dude, all you need to do is solder the thing, and you'll be fine." So basically, hello, JP. Hi. What happened there? That was really weird. My name is Apollo and live in Costa Rica. Wow. I love Loop with my RC600. Thank you for all the tips. You're more than welcome. We do have a full RC600 course, by the way, which is over 55 videos that are not on YouTube. So if you do want to get access to that, it's $197. However, look at the ticker on the bottom. See the ticker on the bottom? You can get access to all my courses for $15 a month. But that is a subscription. Obviously, be aware of that. So that is subscription, but of course you can just rifle through it and see what you think, see if you've missed anything. So the VE500, I'm going to be doing some stuff on it, but I just wanted to. I'm starting to play with it and stuff, and get some sounds in. Now, there's 3 major sounds, possibly 4, that I use on the TC Helicon on a day-to-day sort of basis, as it were, and. If you want to get access to any of my courses, go to the description box, by the way. So basically, I'm also still trying to dial in this guitar as well. Anyway, so. There's 3 major sort of like sounds that I use. One is a high and a low. So that's exactly what I've done on this one. This is patch number 2. I'll get to patch number 1 in a minute. So we go. La 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 la. 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 Guitar needs a bit of tuning, but basically the high and the low is kind of what I use quite a lot for making a lot of harmonies. A high sound and a low sound is always very useful. Patch number 1 is actually now, because they've got it and it's their own preset from Boss, is the beatbox patch. And I thought, well, why not give it a go? So actually what I used to have I used to use the high and the low for the beatbox. So I used to do this. Used to go to the high and the low, turn the harmony on, so there's 3. So let me do a beat without it. That's not too bad. That's all right. And this is what it sounds like with the harmonies on. So it was kind of like hit and miss, really. So obviously the VE500 still actually has different things. So one of the things it has is a beatbox patch. I thought, well, why don't I just use it? So here it is. And it just cuts through a little bit more, I think. You can tell me, you let me know in the chat. The really cool part is, of course, is twofold. This has MIDI. And because it's got MIDI, it can do two things. One, it can do program changes, and then also it can do timing. So I've changed the internal sync for delays to the RC600. So therefore, if I make a beat, it dictates the BPM, and then the VE500 follows it. That's cool. I'm quite happy with that. Also, the VE500 has its own looper, which is really weird anyway, because I plugged it in, I was like, oh, it's got a looper. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 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 1. But it doesn't loop the guitar. Bizarre, right? Really bizarre choice. I really wish it did loop the guitar. Anyway. So if I go down a program on the RC600, so I'm now on program 99, and then I go program 1, it goes back to program 1 on the VE500. That's really handy. Because every time you go back and go, right, I'm resetting for the next song, if you haven't got one that you've already kind of like preset or pre-recorded or anything like that, that's really cool. And that really works really well. I'm going to stop saying really. And let's do that. In fact, no, let's do that and change it over to that. There we go. So what you can do, of course, is if I change over down a program, up a program, which is assigned to this, and this is the new four-way pedal, which is made by the same people who made the pedal toppers, Stadium Music, which is Graham. I can go down a program, which I've done here. So now I'm on GP01 program, and this bad boy has gone over to back onto beatbox. So program number 1 for the V500 is beatbox. Now, one of the important things you need to do when you're playing around with this kind of stuff is test it, and you need to test it with your own material. So of course, so what I first of all need to do is I need to tune this guitar because it is slightly out. Let's do that now. Now, whilst I'm doing this, the great thing is you can obviously scan the QR code that's in the corner while you're waiting. And then obviously, if you are looking to release music, then you can release it for an entire year with DistroKid. Why not? Because there we go. Right. Okay, so the delay you're hearing right now, that's in the guitar. That's in the guitar itself. It's got nothing to do with the BPM of here. So I'm going to change it back over to my normal guitar sound. Sorry about this, I'm just messing around right now. I'm still dialing in the sound, and I hope that's okay with everyone. If you've got any questions about, obviously, the guitar, the pedal, what we're using right now, then put it in the chat, by all means. Let's go over to number 2, and we're on NM0, that's weird. 1, type D, 100%. So let's change that to NM. It's better, isn't it? That's the Koa. I actually think these volumes on these are a little bit too much, so let's just go back to Koa, and then let's go back, and let's look at the volume and bring it down to about 90. Let's click save. Let's save that. Right then, so where are we? Let's go to there, and let's go to there. That's probably the better look, isn't it? So that way you can see me, you can see the pedal board. So using the looper, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually use the new sounds that I've done in the V500 and then see what it sounds like based on practice. See my house. People running around like a little mouse. All this moving around, it's got too much. And I just want to stop and feel your touch. It's alright, 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 alright now. It's alright, 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 alright now. The birds that sing at night. Can you hear the birds that sing at night? Singing soft, sweet melody by candlelight. No, it won't be long till I see you soon. 3 more days and 2 nights staring at the moon. And it's alright, 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 alright now. 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 Can you hear the birds that sing at night? Singing soft, sweet melody by candlelight. No, it won't be long till I see you soon. 3 more days and 2 nights howling at the moon. And it's alright, 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 alright now. It's alright, 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 alright now. It's alright, 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 alright now. It's alright, alright, alright now. There we go. Let me know if you can hear me well enough. Let me know if it's coming through loud and clear. It says it is, but, you know, we've always got to turn things up. If we've got to turn things up, we got to turn things up. And the thing is, if I turn things up here, does it turn it up for you? That's the question. I don't know. If I turn it up here, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. Yeah, it doesn't matter if I turn this speaker up. The USB is just sending out. It's just sending out at its own level, which is great because it means I just have to worry about that. So if I go to there, it says it's at 100%. That's good. So how is everyone? I hope you're okay. It sounds like it's sort of kid pickup time. Oh yeah, 3:30. There we go. So what do you think of the new sound? I'm curious. the thing is, I'm not using any of the Showbox's like sounds at all, really. But the Showbox itself, the speaker I'm using just here, has this little breakaway mixer. And it does have its own sounds, but I'm pumping the RC600 into it, so then it would affect the entire RC600. The way, if you want the sounds of this going into things like this does have a send and return. So you could use the send and return to do that, which is clever. But it has its own. It has its own yeah, it has its own effects and sounds, which are really, really cool and really clever. And if you are interested in obviously that, I've got a full video about the Showbox. And the reason why I've decided to use the Showbox is right now we're on batteries. We're on batteries for that. And we're on batteries for the pedal board. So technically, this is an entire battery system. The only thing that's not batteries is the computer. Well, the computer's technically on batteries, but it is plugged in. So this entire system, I could take into a field and do, if I so wanted to, in September, going into October in the UK. Okay, so using a couple of different things. As you can hear, that's not getting any effects at all. So I do have a reverb on the RC600, but you can hear reverb coming through my voice, and that's on the VE500, and I don't want to mess the two up. Let me just turn the reverb on the RC600, as in on the main, as opposed to the individual tracks. So that's 2. So that's at 20%. Again, this slight phasey noise. By the way, what do you think of the wave? The wave behind my head. It doesn't matter what you think, it's staying. But I can turn it into any colour. Right now it looks almost purpley, but actually it's blue. That's just the way the camera's picking it up. But I can put it into a system where it flashes when I play and talk and stuff. So we're live on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Twitch. And hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're listening from, watching from. My name is JP. Welcome to Jump On Music UK. This is the midweek live loop, and we're back on the guitar. We're back on the pedal looper, as opposed to doing the tabletop looping. And I've got a fun video coming out for you. Should be this week. So anyone who's into your keyboards, MIDI keyboards, then you'll appreciate it. So the reason for this live stream, other than I try and live stream as much as I can, is the pedal board has changed. Now, I did a video about that a couple of weeks ago. Was it a couple of weeks ago? Last week? A couple of weeks ago. The TC Helicon Voice Live Play Acoustic died, and very kind people have emailed me, you know, open it up, you can solder things, there could be a memory card inside, try that. And very kind of them to say that. I did actually open it up, there's nothing there, and the soldering looks all fine. It just died. Poor little thing. It's been my little companion for 15 plus years, I'd probably say. Or was it 12 years? Something like that. And it was the second one. It's actually the second one I had, because when I sold it, I was like, oh, I sold the first one. I instantly regretted it, and then got another one. But now that's gone, and there are some about, but I also very graciously got gifted a VE500 by Boss. Not to do anything with it. They didn't say do any videos with it. I didn't get paid to do that or anything. And then I was like, well, actually, the RC500 and the VE500 could talk to each other via MIDI. So I thought, well, let's see what this is like. So here's a D. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. La 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 la. La 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 la. I think when you put because I'm playing Dadgad, it doesn't know whether it's major or minor. When I do that, it kind of goes, oh yeah, okay, I get that. La 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 la. And it's not bad. It's all right. I'm okay with it. Like, people are like, oh, the TC Helicon's way better. It is, but it's not bad. It's like it's good. It works quite well. The advantages, of course, is it's got MIDI. So it's got MIDI, and then of course you've got the through, and that's all fine. But it has no kind of effect on the guitar, which maybe there is, and I'm just not aware of it yet. So because I've been playing around with lots of different things, and I haven't got the time to figure it out. But I wanted to go through the sounds that I normally use with the TC Helicon and what I've got on the VE500. So this is my first sort of one, really. It's track 2, or sorry, program 2, which is high and low. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la la la. Yeah 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 yeah. I think the low's a little bit high on that. I might have to tweak it slightly. So that's the first one. The other one, if I go down one, this is the beatbox one. So 1 2 1 2. Now the thing is 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. A little bit of less sound. Now I've got the reverb coming from the RC600. If you turn on the harmony, I don't know what that is. Is that the beatbox? Is that the one that's meant to be the beatbox sound? Am I meant to just go? Because if I do actual boots and cats on that, nothing happens. Listen. It hardly picks anything up, so I don't quite understand that one. And that is just the bog standard beatbox one. So I thought I'd come across beatbox and go. And that works. Just turning the reverb down on the RC600. And then that works, that's quite good. So my number 1 is beatbox. It used to be the lower down. Now I have to remember this, and it is years. I'm gonna have to I might have to change it, because number 2 on my TC Helicon was always the high and low, and number 1 was the octave down, which was lovingly called Barry White. Now Barry White is here. Hi. That's me. Because for those who know, I sing my bass lines. I don't play bass lines with an octave pedal. I use basically the octave pedal for that. Now, saying that, there's also an octave on the RC600. Watch your ears on this, because I'm going to go between the VE500 and then turn it off, and I'm going to turn on the bass that I've set on the RC600. The bass on the RC600 is the G to B on mode number 2 at 100%, and it's way deeper. Okay, so this is this is my normal voice. This is the VE500. Okay, this is the RC600. Which one do you prefer? Which one sounds better coming through your speakers or your headphones? What sounds better? Is it this? Or is it this? Also, write in the chat if I've just blown your speakers out. You can let me know. There we go. Cool. Wicked. Let me know VE500 or RC600. Personally, I actually like the RC600 sound, but the I used it at a gig at an open mic night, and honestly, I nearly blew their speakers out. It was really like super fat, like super duper fat, to the point where it's almost subsonic, I think. So there we go. We've got first one, so the VE500, this one. It's more human, I suppose. It sound like a human bass line. Definitely the Boss reverb pedal. So the Boss one. So well, they're both Boss pedals now. So the VE500. So the reverb pedal. I'm taking. You mean the VE500? So you definitely this one. So there we go. And then what we're saying there, definitely. Plus, I'm sure it will sit much better in the mix. Yeah, it will. And that's what I started with at the beginning of this live stream. I started with that. So then we go to the beatbox. And we go like this. So there's our beat. Helps us play the right note. So that's it. I mean, the thing is, it depends, obviously, in the mix what it sounds like. And then the beatbox one obviously has, you can hear that reverb. And some of it, well, actually none of it's coming from the showbox. It's all coming from the VE500, which has a main reverb, and then the RC600. So they're kind of double reverbing. So I have to make a choice whether I actually have a reverb, like a natural reverb, on the RC600 in general, or I have it on the VE500, which gets recorded in. So then I could end up with double reverbing that way. I think I'm going to end up with the R600 reverb. Then that's probably going to be best. And then to get into the menu of the VE500 is atrocious. I'm not even going to lie. It is. Hold this down. There's one of it, if you hold it down, it bypasses something. Hang on a sec. Yeah, there you go. 222. Yeah, so that is. Yeah, it sounds good. Good. I'm glad. The vote of one person. Thank you very much. I'm glad it sounds good. Cool. So this is the bypass, and then I can obviously go back in. He says 222. So I think I'm going to knock the reverb off from the VE500 and then just have the reverb on the RC600. That way it's consistent across the board, if that makes sense. The reverb's coming from the system as opposed to coming from the individual sound. Anyway, so that is the high and that I've been through the high and the low, the kick and the kick. Let's start that again. I've been through the beatbox, which is on number 1. Then number 2 is high and low.
Number 3 is Barry White.
And then number 4 is radio, and I use radio quite a lot. This is one of the ones where I genuinely prefer this over the TC Helicon. It cuts through so much better. And I don't know if it's just the setting. I probably could have changed it on the TC Helicon to a different setting and just played with it. But I sing a song, that song Boss Castle starts where the first verse is sung as if it's being announced on the radio that the flood's happening. That's the whole point.
And the cool thing about it is, see, that echo. Ta, ta. Ta, ta. Here's another thing as well. I've just bypassed, and then as I've bypassed, it's just skipped 2. I don't want you to skip 2. What are you doing? And it says...
What patch I'm on? There we go.
It's gone back to that patch now. So I have to be careful with your feet when you're bypassing it. The bypass on the TC Helicon was 1 press hold down, which was like hold down the harmony. And then the other one as well is that I'm currently in the mode on the V500, which is where now it's got all these effects that you can add on top of what you've already done, which is cool, but then I can't go up and down. So I need to change this, as you can see here, hopefully you can see that. This is the 4-stepper, which is the additional thing that you can get from Stadium Music, which Graham has very kindly sent me to play with and test with at gigs to make sure it works. Now, the default for this, when it's connected to the V500, is actually looper. But what I might do is I might just do it as memory up and down. So the memory up and down I do is there. Or is it there? Hang on. Right. So the memory up and down on this one is currently the RC600. I might have the RC600 on that one. But then if I press that button and I kick it by accident, that might be terrible. Whereas if so have this one as the RC600, this one is the V500, memory up and down, and then I can then play with the sounds, initial patches, as it were. Now that's gone to memory 96 for some reason. And now I'm recording again on the V500. There we go. And then because I've actually turned around and said match what I want, if I go like that, yeah, there we go. So you can see now the beatbox there. I don't know what that's doing because I've got it in this other mode. It's kind of, sorry, I'm moving the camera around while I'm moving the mic stand. I don't know what that's doing when it's, to see the way the timing's all off. It's got a BPM, so let's see if we can match it. Yeah, that looks like it just went into sync. That's fine, I think. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I think I'm going to confuse myself by actually having it in a mode where I'm not going up and down, because the TT Helicon, I just went up and down a patch and then turned it on, turned it off. That was it. It's quite simple. So having these 2 lights on means you're going up and down a patch, and that is quite simple. So I might do that. And then somewhere in the global settings of this Boss VE500 is that reverb that I need to get rid of. So beatbox is patch number 1. Patch number 2 is high and low. La 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 la.
Patch number 3 is Barry White.
Patch number 4 is radio, and the radio patch seems really nice. It's quite cool.
And then the other one, I will just turn this off. The other one that I did with the TC Helicon is one called Cathedral, and it was basically the sound of a cathedral. However, their cathedral, when you have the thing switched off, has a delay in it. La, 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 and then a harmony, which I need to change because I don't want that. So now, one. Okay, you can hear that. So if I now make a new beat, which I'm going to make it really slow. Ba, 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 ba. So that's in time. Ba, 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 so that works really well.
This one's quite fun. This is called Creep Filter. I was actually trying to find a radio sound that would kind of like phase a little bit. So that was this. Patch 4 sounds really good. Okay.
So we're talking about the radio that
Like this one. That sounds good. Or are we talking about
the cathedral, which is actually
patch 5? But patch 4, this is the radio. I really like this sound. I think this is better than the TC Helicon. And that's me saying something. That really is.
The other thing as well that I've been getting into, which is really weird. I am going to switch them around, by the way. I'm gonna have it how I had it, because I've got the beatbox one, and I want that as one of the first things. I'm messing around because of the MIDI, because I turned this onto patch number 1 on the RC600, and then it goes to patch number 1 on the VE500. Patch number 1 was always my bass, so the whole point in my head was go down. To like go down like to a bass, as it were, and then patch number 2 was high and low. Patch number 3 was radio, and then patch number 4 was cathedral, like cathedral hall. So I didn't have a beatbox, as it were. So because I've put a beatbox in there, I've kind of thrown myself out of kinder, as it were, in my brain. So patch 6. Patch 6 is like that. La 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 la. Yeah, it is. It's a ping-pongy sound. Yes, absolutely. Patch 5 is good too. I'm a sucker for a delay. Nice, cool. Yeah, absolutely. It's one of those things where. So this is patch. Where are we? Where am I? Let's go from the very beginning, shall we? If you're just joining us, by the way, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're listening from. This is JP. Welcome to Jump Pop Music UK. We're going through the VE500 because that's now on my pedal board. I should have put the camera on the other side, really. Never mind, too late. And then, yeah, I'm going to go with this. So this is the beatbox noise, which is patch number 1. Boots and cats and... I don't know what that is. You turn the harmony on, it just goes nuts. It actually sounds like a low thing with a delay. Weird. So that's my beatboxy noise. There's the high and the low. La 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 la. But there's another noise actually on, I think it's patch 7 or 8, what we'll get to in a minute. So I want you again to decide If you're joining us, we're deciding what the best noises are, and then I'm going to use them. So you're listening, obviously, through your headphones, through your speakers, whatever you're listening through, and you're going to decide, because we've already decided with the bass noise here, la 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 la, is better or sounds better in the mix than. That's really bassy. Beatbox on 1, high and low on 2. Barry White on 3. Barry White on 3.
The radio one on 4. I'm going to change the order, so don't worry, because I'm going to put Barry White back onto number 1 because it's doing my head in.
Cathedral. Huh? Ooh. What? That's quite nice. Cathedral with a harmony.
Creep filter.
So this is number 7, and this is called male chorus, and this sounds more dominant than the high and the low. So this is your choice. You can choose either high and low. Sorry, I'll turn the harmony off. You can either choose high and low or male chorus. Now, male chorus has a unison sound as well as a harmony, and the high and low is 4th down, 3rd up. So this one is going to be high and low. I'm going to play a song or part of a song, and I'm going to use the high and the low, and you tell me which one sounds better. So then I'm going to move over to then male chorus. You tell me which one sounds better. Yeah, I can stand near again. Yeah, I don't know if I'm live. Male chorus. Yeah, I don't know if I'm in town. Yeah, I know I can't stand it again. And I know that it's alright with you. And I know that I can't stand high and low with you. Now then, I've just realised that I'll try that again. I've just realised that many people might be watching this on the replay. So, if you're watching on the replay and you're watching this and going, I don't know, then put it in the comment section whether you want the high and the low or if you want the male chorus. Obviously, comments are coming in now live, but pretty different. Both viable. Yeah, this is it. So I suppose it depends on the song. So yeah, and also you're watching on the replay, give it a thumbs up, and give it a thumbs up if you're watching live, please. Thank you. But also, let me know about the bass, Barry White's noise, or the RC600 guitar to bass noise as well, and you can tell me. So that is the male chorus. Let's go back. Male chorus. La 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 la. High and low. La 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 la. Now the only thing about the high and low, of course, is that it needs a little bit more harmony, as it needs, like, whether it's a major or minor. I think with the male chorus one, it's a little bit more unison. La 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 la. Can you hear that? Low. La. There he is. La 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 la. So I think it's a third up with a unison down. And then we've got apparently the opposite, which is female chorus. This is what it's. That's the name of it. I haven't named these, by the way. La 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 la. Oh, I can tell you that it's fine. Oh, I can tell you that it's fine. I can tell you that it's fine. That's all I'm gonna sing. I can tell you that it's fine every time. And that is patch number 8, which is female chorus. Now, obviously, it's not really a female chorus. It's higher notes. It still sounds like me. And then we have another one. I'll get to that in a second. So, first of all, I like a second option. So we like the second option on the latter part of the phrase. That's interesting. So different phrasings decipher for different ones. This is the thing with the TC Helicon. It kind of had a high and a low, which just suited everything. Maybe also it's down to how dominant the individual sounds are. So I can't boot it back up, but I do still have voice support too. So I'm going to dive into that and see if it's still got the volumes for the highs and the lows. Anyway, if you are just joining us, I'm just going to bypass the sounds. There we go. Welcome. This is the midweek live loop. And I know we're not really doing a lot of looping today, but we are. We're just figuring out sounds because I've moved over from the TC Helicon Voice Live Play Acoustic. That's a mouthful, isn't it? To the VE500. However, this live stream is sponsored, and it's sponsored by our friend over at DistroKid. DistroKid is a music distribution company. If you make songs or you're putting songs out there like I do, or you can take a live stream like I showed in yesterday's live stream, where you take a live stream feed, take the music from it, chop it all up, and then you can release it as an album. The great thing is they don't charge you for every single thing that you release. They charge you one price per year, which is a subscription. And then that subscription is $22.99. However, with the link that's in the description box, it's these QR codes as well. It'll give you 7% off your first annual membership. So click the link in the description box or scan the QR code. Thank you very much to DistroKid for sponsoring this live stream. If you want to get into looping, and of course, you know that I've been looping for years, then of course you can. And what we now do is we have a course. That course is, was $199. It is now, hang on a minute, what's going on there? It's now £48. Oh, don't do that. My camera's being weird. Hang on a minute. There we go. And now I've lost what I was doing. There we go. Great. Can you go over there? No. Am I going to have to walk over to the computer? Yes. There we go. So if you want to learn looping, now the thing with this course, this one here, basically, it doesn't matter if you're a tabletop looper, an app looper, or a pedal looper, we go through them all. We go through every version depending on what you want. You may have got like a pedal a couple of years ago and had to go for half an hour and then gone, nah. And the thing is, it might be that it's just the wrong looper for you. You might prefer a tabletop looper or an app with some buttons. So have a look at it, because obviously, therefore, you might want to find your rekindle-shipness of looping. And the price, obviously, we've dropped right down. We've dropped it down to basically less than most pedals now. I don't know, I'm holding the pedal in the picture there, but basically it's about looping for anyone, and we go from right from the very beginning to some really advanced setups. Thank you very much for those who have obviously got the course already, got some great feedback off it already, which is great. And yeah, obviously if you get in the course, you're gonna obviously get you're supporting me directly. If you want to dip your toe in and you're not sure yet, one thing you can do is you can get all my courses for $15 a month. Now, that is a subscription. So, of course, if you cancel the subscription on day 7, you're going to not get access on day 8 or even on day 7 itself, depends on when you cancel it. So you need to be aware of that. That is a subscription. And, of course, if you cancel, then you're not going to get access. But it is $15 a month. The system I use basically will charge you monthly, but if you do cancel, it will cancel instantly. So you have to be aware of that. I have to put that little disclaimer up there. Anyway, let's go back to where we were. In fact, let's just change the look, shall we? There we go. So right now, this is my pedal board as you see it, and I'm just going to try something. If I do this. No, you can't hear me if I do that. Okay, that's fine. Let's take out that look. There we go. All right, so this is my pedal board as it currently stands. The guitar is going into here, into the pedal switch. I've actually got 2 guitars that go in, and then we're going microphone and guitar into the VE500. The other thing I need to figure out as well, and I did ask this on the RT600 Facebook group, is I need to zig a zig R. But other than that, what I really need is I need sort of left-angled, or right-angled plugs, cables. That's the word I'm looking for. So I need to find them. So I need a right-angled XLR because that's sticking out like a sore thumb. So I have to unplug them and that one. Otherwise, they'll snap when I go back in the thing. In the bag. That's what I'm looking for. I can't speak today. What's going on with me? So yes. Oh, okay, cool. That's interesting. We're going back to our sounds. The female chorus would be my second use. Okay, cool. So we're going through basically that silver box in the top right-hand corner, which has got all the sounds in. Now, it's currently bypassed at the moment. And this is female chorus. La la la. It's quite nice. It's alright now. It's quite nice. Now, before I get on to the next one, a warning. This is a weird one. And this is called Voice from the Cave. You have been warned. La la. La 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 la. Yeah. Oh. I actually have to go down a thing just to turn it off, because even if you go into it, you've still got that delay. That's what that is. La. So that's Voice from a Cave. That's just a bit of a fun one. The one after that is called Flange Filter, and that's this one. You can't hear the flange yet because I haven't turned it on. La, 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 la. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, modulation delay, absolutely. La la. Yeah. Bit weird with the delay though. I just prefer the modulation, if I'm honest, and then make things and loop them. This is quite nice. This is quite a cool thing. Being able to make some loops with this. And that's the thing. I'm just going to go back. Hang on a sec.
There it is. That's quite cool.
That's quite cool because when you can go into the beatbox, you got that sort of nice flange over the top. So we'd have to split it. So you could take that out. It's quite cool. Back to and of course the voice from the cave has now changed its timing, so it's the same timing as the BPM, which is good. That little bit you can hear that. That's the creep filter. 35 miles of lead. How we doing?
change the look. Boop. Oh no, not that one. Let's bring that back. Hi. So yeah, so this is a bit of a weird look, isn't it? Right.
Let's go back to what we know. See, I'm not confident with pressing the... There we go, bypass. And then also, of course, there's a couple of different sounds in this guitar that I'm using as well. So there's a couple of different... This guitar is really cool, and it's got loads of different sounds that I love playing around with. However, then the downside is when I've got everything MIDI synced, this isn't. So, and then because I do everything live, I don't kind of go, right, that's 143 beats per minute. I don't do that. I kind of just do everything live in the moment. This is always going to be pretty much out of whack in that respect. That's better. Hi. So... It's really cool. There's some really nice sounds on here, and nice. Yeah, this is a nice overdrive sound, which is cool. I've used this now on Boss Castle. If you listen to the studio version of Boss Castle, it has actually got a nice little rocky guitar in there. So it's nice to do that live as well. It's quite cool. So there we go. So this guitar is the Donner I Pro, the Hush I Pro. What's the tuning stability like on the Hush? It's all right. He says as he puts it massively out of tune. Anyway, so... Because I use DadGad, obviously the strings are a little bit looser. It came kind of pre-tuned in standard tuning. So I kind of want to put different strings on. I just haven't been bothered yet. So I've been busy doing things. The other thing as well as playing DadGad, when you've got certain steps, I mean, it's not a high action, it's pretty low actually. It's pretty good. And of course I can adjust the truss. I may very well be doing that very, very, very shortly because it's a little bit higher here than it is that I want it. But then I don't want it to buzz down here. Oh, sorry, you can't see what I'm doing. So yeah, so a little bit high here. But I can adjust the truss, which is great. It is slightly off, so I need some time with it. So, if you are just joining us, we've been going through the VE500, just about all the different sounds that I use, and then the two advantages. One is that if I go to memory 1 on this, it will go to memory 1 on there. The downside is I've just told it to sync, so therefore if I go to memory 40, it's going to go to memory or preset 40 on this, so it's going to sync that, so I have to be very careful with that. So I've gone to memory 99 to delete stuff, then go back to memory number 1, and it's gone back to beatbox, which is great. Except it's not great because I keep messing up and I keep forgetting where my Barry White is. also don't know where my plectrum, my capo is. I had my capo the other day. Hang on a sec. It'll be in the bag. This is one thing that's amazing about it is the bag. It's tiny compared to, like a normal guitar. It's not even like the size of the side of the guitar. So carrying it around is an absolute dream. You just got to, you do get a couple of funny looks as you build your guitar in front of people, putting the side bits on. Now, someone said to me, what is the point of this? What is the point in those side bits? Well, the other point of it really is just to make it feel like a guitar, but also it kind of leans back on you. If I didn't have that, then the bottom bit would be it'd be sort of pushed inwards like this down by my belly. I mean, it totally depends on how you play or where you have your guitar normally, but yeah, it's kind of this bottom section here kind of just pushes back on your stomach or well on my leg really, so that way it makes it a bit easier. Now, tuning wise, I'm going to move this up now. So, yeah, did you hear that D? Really, really sharp now. But just here, just right at the bottom here, little tuning Allen key, and then it goes into there. And there's even a tuner on board. But then when you use the tuner, it disables everything. So you have to be aware of that. And then we need to figure out which one is out of tune. That one. So as I'm tuning, and you're just sitting there watching an old man tune, the other thing I've got to tell you as well is if you are watching on the replay, if you are in the northwest of the UK area, on Sunday, the 6th of October, is it the 6th of October? It's about 2 weeks away. There is a gig going on in the Camp and Furnace, which is called Primal Live. Now, I played the Primal Live gig last couple of months ago and got to the final. There we go. And Primal Live is up and running again. And they've got a whole new suite of people singing. There's a couple of people returning as well because they just want to do it. And the whole point of it is actually to raise money for the homeless in Liverpool, which is the Whitechapel Centre. So if you want to go, it's at the Camp and Furnace on Sunday afternoon. It's not an evening. It'll bleed into the evening, but it's Sunday afternoon. I won't be there, unfortunately, but what I've been graciously asked is to come back and help a couple of people with stage presence and a couple of people with performance presence and things like that, which I'm very happy to do, to give my time, obviously, for the charity. And yeah, and obviously there was even one or two people who want to ask about looping. Now you can tune it with just holding the pegs, but it's that's all right. Oh, dude, thank you very much. You didn't have to do that, but thank you very much that you did. I'm really happy. You had a question as well. Sorry, I'm not ignoring you. I was just listening to the tuning while talking about Primal Live. Go to Primal Live. Simple as that. Right. Question. Did you get a new electric guitar? That white one. Which white one? Oh, yeah, the white one. Yeah. Well, that one. Yeah, I did. So that's the one made by Flammer. That's the Flammer guitar, which has got a load of electronics in it as well. Donna, I've said to Donna, I'm going to be using this for the foreseeable until I want to use it on a long-term basis. Does it hold up? So I'm sacrificing myself, and this could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing. I could go back to the acoustics, but believe me, from a travel point of view, I won't. But the other one I've got, which Donna have very kindly sent me, there is another bag. And this other bag I haven't even talked about yet. So obviously I've said to Donna I'm going to be using this, and this is not the acoustic I've got in my hand. This is Donna's electric version. Now this is the X. It's called the Hush X, and I'm going to be doing a review of it. Now for those who know, I'm not a big electric player. As you know, I like a little bit of an electric sound. Don't get me wrong, but this is pretty much the same design, sort of, in the sense of physical design, but it's very different on the inside, and that is an electric one of these. Same kind of like physicality, but doesn't have the screen on here. It has pickups, obviously, for electric guitar use. And I'm going to be doing a video about that. So we've got the electric and the acoustic version. I may very well keep that in normal tuning, and then keep this one in DAGAD and play around and see what we can come up with. So yeah. So the Flammer is behind me, which is that one. And we could plug that in and see obviously what's going to go on there. Oh, monitor. Everything's happening today. It's kind of like my monitor. I've been filming something today, and then my monitor's been on for a long time. It's like, I'm gonna go into power saving mode. Dude, thank you so much for that. Thank you for the super chat for £5 British. That's very kind of you. Anyone else who wants to do that, you're more than welcome. Or you can do a super thanks. If you're watching on the replay, you can do a super thanks as well. Now this is in true bypass mode. So this is just, there's no electronics kind of like messing around with the sound. Now it's electronics. Yeah, a little bit too much power in there. Talk to you. I'll sit down and hear your troubles for a century or two. An old man sitting in the corner, staring at starts to think, where have I gone in my life? 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 Young girl, only 17, with so much worry in her eyes. Just stay calm and stay focused. You'll be flying through the skies. And old hell, so many worries, fears of conquerors and kings. I'll wait right here for my angel. She can bury my wings. Where have I gone in my life? Where have I gone in my life? Where have I gone in my life? Where have I gone? Lord Hill, Lord Hill,
Lord Hill, Lord Hill, Lord Hill, Lord Hill, Lord Hill, Lord Hill, Lord Hill,
Cheers, thank you very much. So that was Old Hill, but using the new VE500 sounds. Let me know what you think. Don't know what that was. I hope that kind of makes sense, why I'm using what I'm using, because I've got kind of a little bit more flexibility, should I say that? I don't know. I really, really, really do still miss the TC Helicon. And there is a couple of cool things about it. You know, I can actually be a dedicated beatbox.
I suppose I could
I've always done that, you know, in the TC Helicon. I just kind of got stuck in a rut, as it were. But I do like the idea of having things like this. Two. In a sort of, you know, if I put the beat back on, watch it ears. Yeah, in my life. Yeah. Oh. Well. Boom, 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 Now, this is tempo delay. And it's in time.
Yeah. Oh. Where have I gone in my life? Where have I gone?
Right? So, there are some advantages. And it's the fact that I don't use them. I'm going to have to start playing with them a little bit. So that'll be quite good. Very there. Dimitri, really? Oh, nice. Thank you very much. That's very nice of you. Very happy with that response. That's all good. So the V500 has sort of nice tracking. It doesn't sound warbly. Yeah, warbly. Sorry, I'm just reading from afar. It doesn't sound warbly. But it depends on what you're using as well. So for this song, I used to use the high and low on the TC Helicon for everything.
Where have I gone in my life?
Right? However,
where have I gone in my life?
That's the male chorus or female chorus.
Where have I gone in my life? Where have I gone in my life?
Depends on what you want. And I think that kind of sums it up, really. It depends on what you want, depends on how you want it to play. So with that in mind, one thing I am going to do is turn off that reverb. There's like a major? There's a main reverb that I need to turn off, definitely. APT Music is in the house. We'll have to catch up. Good to see you, man. How we doing? As you can see, I am still using the RC600 on the bottom of the thing, yes. If you're wondering what the hell I'm talking about, APT Music is the reason why the RC600 is on the bottom, because of, well, actually, it is the person who was able to figure out how to put it on the bottom of the large Bumblebee, and has some videos that are a little while now, aren't they? That you've done them since you did them, but then they are there if you want to go and check them out. But then also with the death of my TC Helicon Voice Live Play Acoustic, which I am sad about, and people have emailed me to say, it's okay, you can open it up and you can do this, you can do that with it. I've done all that. It's still dead. But the good thing is it's forced my hand into looking into things like the TC Helicon. Into the VE500. Sorry, boss. The Boss VE500, because it's got MIDI sync. And then also, if I then erase this loop as I normally do. Sorry, I was still in the mixer there. If I erase this loop as I normally do, which button is it? Is it that button? It is that button. That's gone down to memory 99, and that's on 99. If I then go back up to memory 1, that's on 1. So things like that are very useful to me, because then it's like, cool, you're set. You're back. Whereas I like, right, raise that, put that back the way it was. I don't need to do that now. That sorts it out. Things like that, couple of seconds every song for 2 hours. It makes a couple of minutes. So I'm going to carry on with this. There's a couple of things that we've learned today. Certainly from the echo, the reverb, and obviously whether the reverb from the V500 would be better. But actually, it's probably better to pump the reverb out from the RC600 in its entirety, because then that way I'm not double reverbing. And there's still sounds on the RC600 that I absolutely love, like using these, which nearly blew my speaker. That was really good. 1, 2, 1.
Where are you? There you go. So there's a radio there as well, and
Ooh, sorry about that. That's because the speaker's right here. That's like a tuney thing. I'm trying to find the one that I really like. I think I've actually messed it up on it because I changed it while I was playing around with it. But we'll get back to that. But things like the slicer, you know, when you go, and it goes, da, 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 and it actually cuts your voice up. Things like that, very useful, very cool. Board looking great. Thank you very much. I'm glad you like it. Yes, you'll be able to watch on the replay as well, don't worry. And then the thing is with the board, having this this pedal here, this one. By the way, we've not talked about this at all. I still use it, don't worry. This is the volume control, this one right here. This is the volume control for the loops, but now it's on the left-hand side, not the right-hand side. But that's okay, because then I can actually do that, and then if I want to turn things off, I can move over to the right and do a bit more pedal dancing. So, yeah. This 4-button thing, it's the extender from Stadium Music, which Graham has graciously sent me to play around with and to test and make sure it works and everything else. And it is available to buy, and it is actually, if you look at it, it's, by the way, these pedals, obviously I keep harping on about these pedals, these pedal toppers, they are the same dimensions as the RC300. However, this, with 2 connectors out, obviously one for each pair, as it were, 1 TRS for each, is cheaper than buying 2 FS6s or 2 FS7s. Now, the way they're wired like FS6s. So it's not that and that, it's that and that. Okay, so that and that is one, and that is another. Just be aware of that. Obviously, if you do pick one up, it's not wired like FS7 pedals, it's wired by like FS6 pedals. But they are, to buy it outright is cheaper than buying 2 FS6 pedals. So really, really good. It's about 60 quid, whereas an FS6 pedal is probably, you can probably get one about 30 quid, maybe, but this just fits really nicely, and it just fits really cool. I am going to change what it does for the VE500 though, because I keep pressing record by accident. I don't want to press record on the, this has got a built-in looper. I don't want a built-in looper. I've got a 6-track looper right here. So I'm going to change what it does. But yeah, I just wanted to play around with this today, give you a bit of an update, and my God, it has just started absolutely bucketing it down outside. I can just hear it. It is throwing it down. Anyway, welcome to the UK. On that note, we will leave it there. Because I have got to go over to Primal Live tonight, because we're doing a bit of mentoring, which is all good. If you are in the northwest of the UK, Sunday the 6th of October at the Camp and Furnace in Liverpool. I won't be there, unfortunately, but basically there is a massive gig going on with 25 acts. Is it 20 or 25? 25 acts, and it's all for raising money for the Whitechapel Centre, which is charity for homelessness in the UK, to obviously help prevent that. You are one paycheck away from being homeless. That is the with the cost of living crisis. That's what they say. So I'm giving my time to them. I did it last time, and I got to the final. I'm not playing there. I'm not going to be there on the final or not on the day. But I'm giving my time into about stage presence and performance presence and things like that. As I was a finalist, so they want me there. That's good. Talking to the volume pedal, I've been using the RC300 for years live. And I turn the delay effects on with the expression pedal. Oh, okay. Just got the RC600, and can I use the Sonic 8 for the same purpose? Yes, you can. So can you use the Sonic? Sorry, I'm reading from a screen. It's quite far away. I need to increase the font size on this when I do this next time. I'm sorry. Yes is the answer. So this is done via an assign. So how that works is basically, this is not the, goes in by the normal way, you plug it in the normal way, and you turn its normal functions off, and then you assign what were you doing? You're doing the delay effects. So you assign the delay. Are you doing the amount, like the amount of effect? So if you're doing the amount of effect, yes, you could do that totally, but you'd need to do it via an assign, not via a control func, as it were. Go through my playlist, go over to my channel, actually on youtube.com/@JohnPaulMusicUK. Go to playlists, go to the RC600 playlist, and there's loads of videos there. There is also, as you can see on the ticker, you have access to all my courses for just $15 a month. That includes the RC600 course, where there's over 55 videos not on YouTube. And obviously, just bear in mind, I just need to let you be aware of that there is no minimum term. Well, what we found out from the system that I use, that if you cancel your subscription, no matter whether you paid up for the month, it will kick you out. Okay, so you need to be aware of that the day you cancel it. So it is $15 a month, and you can get access to all of them. Or you can obviously get the RC600 course for $197. That is, you can do monthly payments on that as well, and then that way you get to keep the course, which is good. You've also got how to loop like a pro, obviously looping from the very beginning, which is now just £48. So there we go. So I just wanted to obviously share that out. If you're looking for all my courses, that's the QR code you need for all my courses. And that QR code that's been there the entire time is our today's sponsor, which is DistroKid, for obviously getting your music out there to all the streaming sites, all the platforms. So thank you very much to everyone who obviously has contributed today. If you've got a burning question, then obviously let me know in the comment section below on the replay. Last question I'm going to answer is from 35 Miles of Lead. Are you familiar with the Boss BR multi-track recorder? I am. Yes. Yes, I am. I know it. I don't know it too familiar with because it's been a little while. But yeah, I'm aware of. Obviously, they do a BR recorder, which is a multi-track recorder. Unlike the Gigcaster, the Gigcaster is a multi-track recorder live, so it records you live. You can't go back and then add a recording afterwards on top of. You can't overdub, as it were, or you can't do it like a digital audio workstation. But with the BR, you can. You can. It is a studio, the BR recorder. So I hope that kind of clarifies that. Right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much, obviously, for joining us. We'll be back next week, obviously, with another live stream, maybe more than one. Stay tuned and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for liking and like the live stream, like all the videos. That really helps me, and I can't believe that people love this channel, and I'm really happy that they do. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week. Bye. Get out of here.